Welcome back everybody, Holiday Doc here, and I'm excited to bring you another video in the transition to competitive play. This time we are working with Tryouts 101 with yours truly. Now this is going to be broken down into two videos. First video is going to be a general kind of overview of the different tryout processes and the pluses and minuses to each way you kind of do it. The second video I'm going to actually take you guys through a mock-up tryout process, and this will kind of show you exactly what to look for, what not to look for, and kind of how to organize a proper way to do things. So getting started, let's look at the three major ways to hold tryouts. Number one, and the best option, is to do organized team scrims. Have three of your people already on your roster, and then pick up a fourth, your prospect or whoever wants to try out, and get them to fill in that fourth spot. This allows you to really see his play style from a more organized way. You're not going to throw him into a pub. You're not going to throw him into just a giant group of people and say go. And you're going to be able to really see, when push comes to shove in the competitive scene, how does he react? Does he camp? Does he die a lot? Does he call out? How's his communication? Various things. What are his loadouts? Stuff like that. And actually having 5 of your teammates on one side for a scrim, just somebody watching him at all times, would probably be the best way to go about it, because now you're really seeing exactly how he's playing on the field. And when you do this, try to get a moderately close to your level team to play against. You don't want to go against a team that really has no idea on the game type you're playing. For example, if you're an MLG team and you pick up a PubStar S&D team to scrim against, that's not going to show you much. You're gonna poop on them, and it's not going to be effective. If you're an S&D team who plays perks only, try and find another team that is on the same skill level. Don't offset anything too great, because you really want to establish what kind of skill level your teammates at. Second, open lobby. Now, open lobbies are a mixed bag, because for the most part nobody really knows how to organize them correctly to get a fair view of how to do things. Now, the only time I really use open lobbies for tryouts is when I get mass messages, or if I'm really looking for a couple different players. When I do open lobbies for tryouts, I invite as many people as I can into the room, and I try for the most part to keep my teammates out of the mix. I don't want my teammates playing in or amongst them. And basically, I do a couple games of auto assign. Now, auto assign for first couple games will allow you to see who are the stronger skill level players on each of the teams. Jump back and forth, see who's communicating, see who's playing where, and make sure that they're organizing themselves. If you find you join a team and everybody's like, oh, I don't know what to do, I'm not playing objective, blah 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 blah, then try to jump in there and say, hey, can you play this position, you play this position, and see how it goes. Be the organizer. Make sure it's as easy and as simplistic for people to follow, otherwise you're going to run into issues. Now, once you've established a couple games and now you've started to sort out the skill levels of each of the team players, stack one team. Stack, the best objective player you've seen so far and the 3 best Slayer support players on the other team, and stick them all on the same team for 1 or 2 games. This, will kind of show you how their kind of teamwork goes. They're used to just kind of randomly assigning. Now you're going to stack the team. You're going to test their communication. Obviously, they're going to win, but you really want to see the other aspects of their playstyle. Does one player kind of, mixed bag, not really talk that much, but he's a really good shot? I would rather have somebody with really good communication with a moderate shot rather than somebody with a great shot who never says a word. Just because communication in this game is everything. So once you've done that, now it's time to bring your team into the game. Now I would stack, 3 or 4 of your regular guys and face them up against, the top 4 in the room. Play a couple games, start to see what kind of excuses start rolling out, see their impressions after the game. Are they good sports? Are they, did they win? Who did best? Try to pick off, did they communicate? Obviously, they're going to be calling you out. If you're being able to run around the map freely, obviously they're not calling out. And, just kind of organize and see exactly what's going on. If you're not winning, obviously you found some good players on the other team. And once I've done this is where I kind of take a couple of the good players and I mix them into real team scrims. Like I said, option number 1. So, third option is just probably the worst one out there. And a lot of people will do tryouts in actual game battles matches. This is by far the worst way you can do it. Reason being, you don't know their intentions. You've never seen them play. You don't know exactly, or you don't know if they're doing anything. You don't know if they've had experience or anything like that. So it's a really dangerous way to do tryouts. If you're a team that has a good record, it could be a lot of things. They could join your team, and they could be the the weakest link and make your team lose. So that is by far the worst way to go about it, and I really see a lot of amateur teams try and do that same thing. And it's happened, or I watch the recruiting forums all the time just because some of the speeches that you get are just hilarious, but it seems like a lot of amateur teams do this process. Hey, GB rank under 10k, automatic invite, blah 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 blah. Worst way to do it ever. Now, there's obviously different teams are going to be doing different things. This is just a general kind of overview on how to get started. Push you in the right direction. 2 weeks left before Black Ops. Time to start looking for a team. This is going to give you the tools needed to find the decent players. Or at least the players that you're going to be looking for. Now, like I said, there's different teams. There's S&D teams, MapGen, MLG variant, TDM teams, radar teams, third-person teams. So it's really hard for me to go in depth on each of these different teams and what you're going to be looking for. So we're just going to be examining, individual player skill. What are we looking for in a player to, evaluate them and see what kind of skill level they can bring. So that'll be in second half of this video, Tryouts 101 with Holiday Doc. And I hope you enjoy the series. Please leave comments, anything you've got questions about. I'm going to try and answer all the comments on these transition videos as I can. And stay tuned. More to come. Holiday Doc out of here.